And hello everybody, welcome back to British Stand. Now one thing I would say about British farmers, they aren't giving up. They want their day to speak to this Labour government. They want their time to come out and, have the decisions that have been put against them all the way back in the October budget and for someone to actually speak to them. And as stated, they aren't giving up with all of their protests and all of those things that they are currently doing. And I've came out on this channel many times and said that I do support our British farmers. Now today it's taking another little bit of a turn. In fact, actually yesterday, but the footage has only just came out today, where the farmers literally trap in the farming minister in a taxi. It's quite funny actually. He's trying to get somewhere and the farmers with their tractors all getting out and blocking him in, trying to speak to the farming minister. As always guys, we are going to go through that footage, have a little watch, get your reaction and all that good stuff in the live chat, and yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into what the farmers have been up to this time as the farming minister is trapped in his taxi. So, in fact, actually, I made a little bit of a bit of a problem there. I was going to put an image in, but I completely forgot. Just give me a moment. There we go. Let's get this farming image up for us all. There we go. So, as stated, ladies and gentlemen, Labour's farming minister Daniel Schneier was trapped in a taxi after being surrounded by angry farmers in Dartmoor. Up to 100 protesters prevented his vehicle from leaving a car park following a meeting with the National Farmers Union on Thursday. The farming minister was forced to remain in the back of the vehicle as demonstrators gathered around it. Some protesters banged on the car and shouted at the minister during the confrontation. In a social media post, Farmers to Action stated they wanted to discuss the impact of government policies with the farming minister. They said, "It doesn't seem like they want to listen. Our farmers will not back down. Abolish the inheritance tax for all." Police later arrived to ensure that the farming minister and his team could leave the area. The demonstration employed what a government spokesman later described as ugly tactics to prevent the minister from departing. A spokesman from the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs said, "We have always engaged with farmers and will never shy away from difficult conversations. However, these ugly tactics will not influence government policy in the slightest." So let's have a little look at these ugly policies that they are stating. Let's have a watch the footage. It's actually quite funny. Can I just have a look at that one last time? Let's have a look at his face in the taxi. Is absolutely hilarious. Let's watch that again quickly. Hilarious. I give it to the farmers, to be fair. They are pretty adamant on what they want. They do want to, of course, overturn this inheritance tax. And it's been boiling over now, since October. But as I said, all the way back in October when this sort of news and thing came out, I don't think they are going to listen. It's the Labour government after all. They make decisions. They take money away from working people, businesses and all of the rest of it. And as stated, they don't really care about the decisions on what's there. But I would say to the farmers, keep on trying to fight your fight. Still try and, of course, get your day where you can have that conversation with some representative from the Labour Party. But as I said, we've shared a lot of footage on this channel from different respective Labour MPs in rural communities. We've even seen Keir Starmer, of course, have his interview interrupted. We've seen many protests across the city where they brought the city to a standstill. But nothing has really changed. But I would say they are very persistent, are our farmers, and it just goes to show the kind of people that they are, which is brilliant to see. And I do hope one day that they can get this overturned, because it was a diabolical decision in itself. And yeah, certainly a lot of people with the viewers here on this channel do share that hatred for the Labour government and the decisions not only that they've made towards farmers but working people in general. The mantra that they always peddle is that they want to put money in the pockets of working people, but obviously that couldn't be further away from the truth. I'm just going to get a little bit of reaction, guys. Wasn't expecting a super busy one with regard to the subject, but thank you all for tuning in. But let's get a little bit of reaction, and then I'll let you be on your way, because I do believe there is some really interesting news with regard to Prince Andrew coming out. So I'm sure you guys are going to be getting a lowdown of that a little bit later on. But Roger says, we support the farmers, hard-working people. Absolutely. Fiona says, hi from Ireland, farmers are gold. I think every country in the world knows that farming is the backbone of all society. And actually, I was having a conversation with my friend the other day with regard to farmers, and you look at the big picture of the way that they're selling off farms and the way the tactics that they're doing so these big companies can buy farms and mass produce shitty food that causes, well, I can't say what it causes, but shitty food and all of these kind of things, and trying to push those local farmers out of their land is absolutely disgusting to see big corporations buy the land. And I mean, we've seen Angela Rayner come out of her new proposed law or rule that was going to be coming in, where essentially farmland or certain types of land would be sold at an undercut price so that they could build property on there. I mean, it's all really, really fishy. I can understand the frustration of the rural communities in general. James the Snail says, love farmers, hate Labour. We need to reclaim our living space. I mean, yeah, as I stated, guys, we're all feeling it at this moment in time. In terms of, well, actually, for myself, I mean, as a business person within the United Kingdom, it's of course it's a hard time. It's a hard time, I suppose. They're destroying. I think more so, the traditional businesses are getting destroyed as such. But a lot of people with businesses are currently leaving the UK. But unfortunately for farmers, that they can't do that because their business is at home. Their business is the land that they own. The business that is within the United Kingdom. So they can't do what other people that run businesses in the UK are able to do, and that's kind of flee. Unfortunately, their land, their business, their property is all tied to UK land. So yeah, it's a massive detriment towards farmers in general. But guys, I won't keep you any longer than this. Do let me know your thoughts on the farming minister, of course, getting trapped in by the farmers. Do let me know your thoughts on the farming in general, and what do you think the farmers have planned next? As stated, they just keep on coming, and the protests get bigger and better and louder every single time. So I'll be wondering to see what they've actually got up their sleeve for their next protest. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the like, get the subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next one.